So the Juul company was actually based out of San Francisco, California, and it launched in 2015, and it's quickly risen to a $15 billion company. Looking back, Juul's parent company was actually called Pax Labs, which was ironically made by two college students who ended up dropping out. And their main claim to fame product at the time was a vaporizer meant for marijuana usage. And they since have evolved into making e-cigarettes, one of the most popular products in the market at the moment. And one of the biggest compliments you hear is how sleek like the design is and how fitted it is towards the younger generation, I guess you could say. And by the end of 2017, the Juul company's sales increased by a staggering 641%. So that essentially is they sold 1 in 3 vapes that were all purchased at any type of store. In early October, the FDA actually began investigating the company because they wanted to take a look at their sales and all of the marketing practices they decided to go with. So with regards to that, they were very curious as to why more and more Juuls were showing up at high schools due to common complaints by teachers and parents. The common answer to that was because they looked very similar to flash drives, and all these students would just have them charged and plugged in right into their laptops, so it was very easy access for them. And that's why it comes as no surprise that the e-cig usage among teens has increased 75% between 2017 and 2018. Part of this spike can be reasoned by Juul releasing flavored pods, such as like a berry, a mint, or even like a creme brulee. Cigarette companies today have never really released flavors like that because they know the older generation is more into just tobacco flavors. So from the very beginning, the Juul company actually didn't really follow very many conventional marketing tactics at all. They threw parties and encouraged their guests to post pictures on social media with hashtags like lights, camera, vapor, things along those lines. And even though early on much of their campaigns featured younger women in the photos, they seemed to get away with it for a long, long time. And the other decision was to market their product on social media rather than the traditional way like magazines or even billboards. And part of that reason was because they knew that adults and federal regulators were less likely to see these and flag them. A former employee even stated that the initial person they had in mind for these marketing were very young, like late 20s, someone who was affluent, and an early adopter. They followed up by saying, quote, "It's probably too close to a sensitive demographic to be using these images anymore," end quote. So due to the immense pressure from the FDA after the investigation, the agency allowed the Juul company 60 days to rebuild and essentially make a plan to deter the use among the younger generation, immensely change. And the FDA also added the possibility of completely removing all of the flavored nicotine pods from the stores. Juul Labs responded to this by supporting officials with their plan of raising the minimum age from 18 to 21. Moreover, the company also implemented plans to reinforce age verification at storefront and online retailers. Perhaps some of their most notable changes came, though, when they updated their website with notice warnings across the whole entire page. And they also now released a pack of pods that is in a 3% nicotine strength rather than a 5% nicotine strength, since one pod is equivalent to a full pack of cigarettes.